Hello, this is going to be episode 5 of the main channel on Working Learning Playing. And this one we're going to talk about what up to now has been called the mothership. So we'll see where we go with that. So, mothership. The mothership is where each unit contacts when it turns on. So when you turn on, the appliance sends the encrypted username, password, routing information, etc. to the mothership. The mothership then sends back route information on everybody who's online in that person's lists, and forwards that information to all the online users who are on the appliance contacts list. One thing the mothership will do, the main mothership will do, is upload software or data updates as needed, and any messages or responses requested be sent from mothership. Mothership will do other things in the background as required to maintain communication in the appliance network. Other than this type of stuff, the mothership doesn't do anything with the host-host communication, and all the information to and from the mothership is encrypted. People will be able to make their own motherships if they want to make a private network. That information and how to put together a mothership will be publicly available once we get going. The only thing that the private mothership servers won't be able to do is software updates, because that could be a security issue. So you would get all your security updates from the main motherships, but that doesn't stop you from participating in other networks with other motherships if you want a private network. So the ultimate concept there is for the mothership function to charge some small fee, just to pay for basically the upkeep and expenses of running that server. I'm not thinking of much money, but you got to pay the people who's going to be doing that work, and the expenses associated with running servers like that. I don't think it'll be very high cost, but that depends. Well, it depends on a lot of things. It depends on how many appliances ultimately get out in the world. And how much, at first nobody will be making a lot of money off of this, but eventually maybe people can make their living with these appliances. Okay. The mothership, basically what it does is it just maintains a list who's online. So obviously when it powers up, you get the information that says, hey, I'm online. Also, when you shut the thing down, if you do it normally, it will send information out saying, hey, I'm about to close down, and the mothership will do something with that. If something weird happens, like power goes out or the internet goes out, what will happen is the mothership, one of its functions would be to, on some sort of schedule with some randomness built in, ping the various people online to see if they're still online. That has to be thought through a little bit more. Also, if it receives a message from a host it thinks that is offline, it will update that appliance information. But first, it will have to say, okay, please re-verify that it's you, and send the information back. And because then that could be a security issue, right? The appliances themselves will also ping other appliances, and if it can't find somebody who's supposedly online, it'll also ask the mothership, hey, is this person's routing information changed? And the mothership will update all that and check all that, keep track of all that. So how do people connect in the first place if everything's private? Well, there's two answers. One answer is public profiles. So my thought here is that each one would have like a short public profile hosted on each appliance. And so when somebody's looking for something and they could send out a query, the mothership will broadcast, hey, this person's looking for this type of person, and then according to whatever's set up at each appliance would then forward their public information to the person making the request. Again, the information never goes through the mothership. It just node to node. The other answer is email. So I was thinking that the other part of this is you could do something like a Zoom invite, where you say, okay, I want to tell the mothership I need a one-time code because I want to invite somebody into something, and it will send you something, and then you can paste that into your email and send it to somebody, and they can type that number into their appliance, and all of a sudden you're connected. So that's where that idea comes from. Security. I think this will be more secure. For one thing, there's not a concentration of information in one location. All the information's hosted locally. None of it's at a centralized server. So you'd have to hack every server, every host, every appliance in the network to get everybody's information, which at least would take longer and probably be harder to do. And if they hack one appliance, they do succeed in hacking one appliance, they're not going to get anything about anybody else. They're just get the one person. And again, all the information that's going from place to place or place to mothership is encrypted. And I think that the other thing we'll do is we'll have to encrypt the information on the local hard drives as well, so that even if they're successful in hacking into your appliance, these bad guys are, it'll be hard for them to get the information. Every type of security, eventually people figure out ways to break into something. So I'm just saying this is probably going to be a little bit harder for this system. Okay, this has been quite a bit of a short one. So I'm just going to keep making these. Hopefully eventually I'll get some people interested and we can start communicating and maybe figuring out how to do something like this. Or maybe we end up doing something completely different. I don't know, but this is a start. All right, that's it for now. I'll talk to you next time.